Imagine this. The sun is shining brightly on what should be the happiest day of my life. I'm standing in front of a full-length mirror, my white dress flowing like a dream, my heart pounding with so much excitement I can barely breathe. My bridesmaids are laughing, the makeup artist is putting the final touches on my face, and outside I can hear cars pulling up, guests arriving, the soft hum of string lights being tested. Everything smells like fresh flowers and hope. Then my phone rings. I see Mom on the screen and smile, probably just checking in. I answer with a cheerful, "Hey, Mom!" and her voice comes through, cold and sharp, like ice cracking. "Emily, it's over. We're not funding this circus. The wedding is canceled." The room goes silent. My maid of honor freezes mid-laugh. I feel the phone slip a little in my hand. "Mom, what are you talking about? People are already here." She repeats it, slower, like she's talking to a child. "We talked about it. Your father and I are done paying for this spectacle. It's off." Then the line goes dead. Just like that, my perfect day, gone with one sentence. I stand there, staring at my reflection, tears starting to ruin the makeup that took an hour to perfect. My best friend grabs the phone, tries calling back. Nothing. Alex, my fiancé, bursts in, still in half his tux, panic in his eyes. "Em, what's wrong?" I can barely get the words out. "My mom, she just canceled everything. She called my wedding a circus." His arms wrap around me, but even he can't stop the shaking. How could the woman who raised me do this on the very morning I was supposed to become his wife? And why did those words, "this circus," feel like they were hiding something much darker? Welcome to my story. A story about the deepest kind of family betrayal, and the revenge that finally forced the truth into the light. If you've ever been stabbed in the back by the people who are supposed to love you most, stay with me. Because what happened next shocked everyone, even me. Let me take you back a little further so you understand how we got here. My name is Emily. I grew up in a small town where everybody knew everybody, the kind of place where front doors stayed unlocked and Sunday dinners were sacred. From the outside, we were the perfect family. Dad worked long hours at the factory, came home quiet but steady. Mom was the queen of the neighborhood, always organizing bake sales, leading the church ladies group, smiling that bright, flawless smile in every photo. I was their only daughter, the good girl who got straight A's, played piano at recitals, never gave them a single reason to worry. But even as a little kid, I felt the tension humming under the surface. Sometimes I'd catch Mom snapping at Dad over nothing. Dinner 5 minutes late, a shirt not ironed perfectly. "Can't you do anything right?" she'd hiss when she thought I was upstairs. And there were nights I tiptoed downstairs for water and heard whispers that stopped the second my foot hit the creaky step. One time, clear as day, I heard Mom say, "You promised this would stay buried forever." Dad just sighed. "It has to, Sarah, for Emily's sake." Buried? I was maybe 10 years old. I had no idea what they meant, and the next morning, everything was pancakes and smiles again, so I pushed it down. All families have secrets, right? Fast forward to college. I moved to the city, got a scholarship, and that's where I met Alex. He was sitting across from me in literature class, quoting Shakespeare with this goofy grin that made my stomach flip. We started dating, and for the first time, I understood what real love felt like. Safe, easy, exciting, all at once. Alex grew up with divorced parents and chaos, so when he looked at me, he always said, "You're my home now." 3 years later, under a sky full of stars, he got down on one knee. I cried so hard, I could barely say yes. Planning the wedding became our happy place. We picked a beautiful lakeside venue, soft fairy lights, pastel flowers, a band that played all our favorite songs. My parents promised to help pay. It was their only daughter's wedding after all. Mom insisted on being involved. "Let me make it perfect for you," she said, and I believed her. We spent weekends together picking centerpieces, tasting cake. Sure, she nitpicked sometimes. "That dress is a little revealing, don't you think?" Or, "Do we really need 200 people?" But I chalked it up to normal mother-of-the-bride nerves. Looking back, the red flags were everywhere. I just didn't want to see them. The night before the wedding, we had the rehearsal dinner. Mom stood up, glass in hand, and gave this beautiful toast about new beginnings and families sticking together no matter what. Everyone cheered. Later, when she hugged me goodnight, she whispered, "Just remember, family comes first, Emily." Her grip was a little too tight, her voice a little too serious. I smiled and said, "Of course, Mom." I thought she was just emotional. Then came the morning of the wedding. That phone call. "We're not funding this circus." I tried calling her back a dozen times. No answer. Dad finally picked up, sounding exhausted. "Your mom's upset, honey. Give her time." Time? Guests were pulling into the parking lot. The caterer was setting up. I had to walk out in front of everyone, still in my wedding dress, and tell the officiant, the photographer, the band that it was all off. Some guests cried with me. Others just looked uncomfortable and left. We turned the reception into the world's saddest luncheon. I spent what should have been my wedding night in sweatpants, eating leftover cake straight from the box while Alex held me on the couch. That night, something shifted inside me. The hurt was still there, crushing, but underneath it, a tiny spark of anger started to burn. This wasn't just about money. My mom didn't wake up that morning and randomly decide to ruin my life. Something bigger was going on, something that made her willing to humiliate her own daughter on one of the most important days of her life, and I was going to find out what it was. The days that followed were dark. Friends kept texting, "Are you okay?" I wasn't. I couldn't sleep. Every time I closed my eyes, I heard her voice. "This circus!" Like she was mocking my happiness. Alex watched me pace the apartment like a caged animal. Finally, he sat me down. Your mom didn't just snap. There's a reason. We need to figure it out." He was right. So we started digging. I called my Aunt Lisa, Mom's younger sister, and the family gossip. Over coffee, she leaned in close. "Your mom's been different the last couple years. Secretive. She's always on her phone, taking calls in the other room. Says it's an old friend, but..." She trailed off. "An old friend." My stomach twisted. That night, Alex and I went through every statement for the wedding fund my parents had set up. Deposits, withdrawals, everything. And there it was. Thousands of dollars missing, not spent on the venue or the flowers. Gone. Random dates, random amounts, all in the last 6 months. Alex looked at me. "Where did that money go, Em?" I didn't know yet, but I was going to find out. I started with the boxes of old stuff still stored at my apartment, things I'd brought from home when I moved out. In one shoebox, I found a stack of letters tied with a faded ribbon. The envelopes were addressed to Mom in handwriting I didn't recognize. The return address, Robert Hayes. The postmarks were from 25 years ago, right around the time I was born. I opened one with shaking hands. "Dear Sarah, I can't stop thinking about our weekend. You make me feel alive in a way I haven't in years. I know we said we'd end it, but I don't want to. Please write back." My breath caught. There were dozens of them, some recent, within the last year. Recent. My mom had kept this hidden for decades and then started it up again? I felt sick. I confronted Dad the next day, showed him the letters. He aged 10 years right in front of me. "Emily, your mom had an affair when you were little. Robert was her high school boyfriend. It lasted a few months. I found out, we fought. But we decided to stay together. For you. I thought it was over." His voice cracked. "It started again a while ago. I didn't want to believe it." All the air left my lungs. The missing money. The canceled wedding. It clicked. "She used my wedding fund to see him, didn't she?" Dad couldn't even look at me. He just nodded. I wish I could say I stayed calm, but I didn't. I screamed. I cried. I threw one of Mom's old coffee mugs against the wall and watched it shatter into 100 pieces, just like she'd shattered my trust. Dad tried to hug me, and I pushed him away. "You knew and you let her do this to me?" He had no answer. When Mom finally showed up at my door a week later, I was ready. She looked smaller somehow, like the perfect mask she'd worn for years had cracked. "We need to talk," she said. I let her in. arms crossed so tight my nails dug into my skin. "Start talking." She sat on my couch, the same couch Alex and I picked out together, and tried the same old lines. The wedding was getting out of control. Money was tight. I cut her off. "I know about Robert." You should have seen her face. All the color drained out. She opened her mouth, closed it, opened it again. "Where did you?" "Doesn't matter. I know you've been seeing him again. I know you took the wedding money to fly to him, to buy him gifts, to live your little fantasy while you called my real love a circus." My voice was shaking, but I didn't stop. "Why, Mom? Why was destroying my day easier than just telling the truth?" She started crying, big, messy sobs. For the first time in my life, my mother looked ugly. "I was scared," she whispered. "Robert wanted me to leave your father. He kept pushing. The wedding money. I thought if I canceled everything, I could buy time to figure things out." Buy time. She wrecked my life to buy time for her affair. I wanted to scream, to throw her out, to never speak to her again. But something colder took over. Pure, crystal-clear anger. She cared about her reputation more than anything. Queen of the church ladies, perfect wife, perfect mom. Fine. If image was everything to her, that's exactly what I would take. Alex and I spent weeks planning. We gathered every scrap of proof. Bank transfers, hotel receipts I got from the investigator we quietly hired, screenshots of lovey-dovey texts she'd sent Robert from a secret email account. We even found out Robert was married. His wife had no idea. Here's what we did. My parents' 35th wedding anniversary was coming up. I called Mom and, with the sweetest voice I could fake, said, "I want to throw you and Dad a surprise party. To show there's no hard feelings. Let's heal the family." She hesitated, but the idea of looking like the bigger person in front of everyone was too tempting. She agreed. We rented the big community hall. I sent beautiful invitations to 50 people. Church friends, neighbors, the entire inner circle Mom had spent decades impressing. I even anonymously tipped off Robert's wife with the date and location. The theme? Celebrating love and family. The night arrived. The hall looked gorgeous. White tablecloths, fairy lights, a big screen at the front. Mom walked in, beaming at first, until she realized how many people were there. Dad looked nervous. He suspected something. Dinner went smoothly enough. Awkward small talk, forced smiles. Then it was time for speeches. I took the microphone. My heart was pounding so hard I thought I might pass out, but my voice came out steady. "Thank you all for coming tonight to celebrate my parents' marriage and the importance of family." The room smiled. Mom relaxed a little. "Family means honesty," I continued. "It means never hiding who you really are, even when it's painful." I nodded to Alex. The lights dimmed. The first slide appeared. A photo of Mom and Robert laughing in a restaurant, time-stamped 2 weeks before my wedding. Gasps rippled through the room. Next slide, bank transfer for $3,000 to Robert's account, labeled gift. Then the emails. "I can't wait to start our new life. I'll have the money soon." Mom stood up. "Turn it off! Emily, stop this right now!" But I kept talking over her. My wedding was canceled because the money meant for it paid for hotel rooms and plane tickets. My perfect day was called a circus because the truth would have ruined the perfect image in this very room. You could have heard a pin drop. Church ladies clutched their pearls. Robert's wife stood up slowly, face white, staring at my mother like she was looking at a stranger. Mom tried to run for the door, but Dad, quiet, broken Dad, grabbed her arm. "Let her finish, Sarah. We're done hiding." I ended with the final slide, a side-by-side photo. On the left, me in my wedding dress the morning she canceled everything, mascara running down my face. On the right, Mom and Robert clinking champagne glasses. "This is what betrayal looks like," I said quietly. "And this is what truth looks like." The room erupted, some people crying, some yelling, some just walking out in shock. Robert's wife marched straight up to my mother and slapped her across the face so hard the sound echoed. Mom didn't even fight back. She just sank to the floor, sobbing. I thought I would feel triumph. I thought revenge would taste sweet. Instead, it tasted like ash. Because even though she deserved every second of it, she was still my mom, crumpled on the floor in front of everyone she'd spent her life trying to impress. The weeks that followed were messy. Mom moved out and stayed with Aunt Lisa. Dad filed for separation. He said he was tired of living a lie. Robert's wife filed for divorce the next day. The town talked about nothing else for months. I wish the story ended with me never speaking to my mother again, but life is more complicated than that. One afternoon, she showed up at my door with red eyes and a letter. "I don't expect forgiveness," she said. "I just need you to know I'm sorry. I was drowning, Emily. I felt invisible for years, and Robert made me feel seen. That's not an excuse, it's just the truth." We talked for hours that day, and many days after. Therapy, individual and family, became part of the routine. Slowly, painfully, we started rebuilding something new. Not the fake perfect family we used to pretend to be, but an honest one. Flawed, scarred, but real. Alex and I got married 6 months later. Small ceremony, just closest friends and family who'd earned the right to be there. I paid for every cent myself. Dad walked me down the aisle. Mom sat in the back row, crying quiet tears. This time, I think, tears of regret and maybe a little pride. When the officiant asked if anyone objected, the whole room laughed nervously. No one did. So here's what I learned the hard way. Secrets are poison. They eat families from the inside out. My mom thought protecting her image was worth sacrificing her daughter's happiness. She was wrong. And revenge. It feels powerful in the moment, but the real victory is choosing truth over silence, healing over hate. If you're watching this and someone you love has betrayed you, know this. You are not alone. You are stronger than their worst moments. And sometimes the bravest thing you can do is turn on the lights and let everyone see what's really been hiding in the dark. Because the truth doesn't just set you free. Sometimes it's the only thing that can save the people you thought you lost forever. Thank you for letting me share my story. If it helped even one of you feel less alone tonight, then every tear was worth it. See you in the next one.